Hello dear colleagues, my name is Alexander. I am a doctor and also leading expert and a member of company Tehnodent. I help medical practitioners to choose the best possible materials for daily medication. In this video I would like to talk about materials based on MTA, Rootdent and quick hardening Rootdent. Top result in using of our materials is highly appreciated by the dentists not only from Russia but also from CIS countries, West and East Europe, Middle Eastern countries, Southeast Asia and Latin America. Rootdent and quick hardening Rootdent issued in packages with 20 twist caps, 0.25 grams of material each. Each two caps packed in additional protection foil. Materials based on MTA have probably the widest indication to use, as a pulp cap in a case of deep caries, for covering of tooth cavity bottom and walls perforations, for apexification and apexogenesis, for direct pulp covering in a case of accidental exposure, in biological method of treatment of pulpitis with a pulpotomy of primary teeth, apiectomy and retrograde root canals sealing. Compared to most existing materials on the basis of MTA, Rootdent and quick hardening Rootdent has one distinct advantage. I'm talking about a radiopaque component. Commonly, manufacturers use heavy metals, for example bismuth oxide, for radiopacity. Many practitioner dentists have noticed that materials with such content can cause darkening of hard tooth tissues in the long term. Rootdent and quick hardening Rootdent contains zirconium oxide as a radiopaque component, which ensures that hard tooth tissues will not become dark in several years after its use. Many dentists ask me, why do we need two forms of Rootdent, basic form and quick hardening? Both materials are mixed on distilled water according to instruction, but these materials have different hardening time and consequently different working time. If Rootdent has properties of the classic MTA with improved radiopaque component, then quick hardening Rootdent has 4 minutes of working time and its initial time of hardening is just 15 minutes. And if we talk about the covering of perforations and convenient localization for closing up a third or B3 or trifurcation of a root canal, then this perforation could be closed for one visit. We don't need to cover the tooth with a temporary filling after injection MTA into perforation area and invite patient for the second visit. We put material after mixing into perforation area, wait for 15 minutes and continue working as if patient is on his second visit. Quick hardening Rootdent also suitable for using as a liner for direct pulp capping. Dental product Rootdent is mixed at room temperature 18–23 degrees Celsius and humidity about 50%. On the block for mixing, it is necessary to mix 1 dose of the powder with 2 drops of the distilled water within 30–40 seconds before receiving thick, soft mass. It is necessary to use a product received from fast-setting powder during its operational time, 2–4 minutes, and after hardening in 20–15 minutes, it is possible to carry out the further manipulations. It is necessary to use a product received from a prolonged hardening powder during 10 minutes, and at loss of paste plasticity, it is possible to add single small amount, no more than 1 drop of dose, of distilled water and to mix for operational time prolongation up to 15–17 minutes. For retrograde filling of a tooth root apex under anesthesia, you should provide access to a tooth root apex, dissect a mucous suprabony flap, Carry out root apex resection and with the help of ultrasonic tip with a special diamond handpiece to form a cavity for retrograde filling. After maintenance of hemostasis, the cavity in a tooth root apex is filled by the received paste. It is necessary to replace the bone defect with the osteoplastic product. The flap is fixed by the suture. For restoration of perforation hole, into the washed and dried canal you should insert product into a zone of defect. Seal and check correctness of its inserting using X-ray. Then the rest canals you should obturate, isolate with the lining product and restore the tooth crown. For sealing a cavity, at the resorption of tooth root, it is necessary to provide the access to a zone of the resorption and to carry out tool processing. Then place a product received by mixing of a fast-setting powder with distilled water, X-ray control, in a cavity of the resorption and isolate its surface by glass enamel cement. For apixification of a root, you should insert the product into the apical zone and seal using amalgamate plunger and a cotton ball or paper point into the prepared canal. The paste can be condensed using ultrasonic handpiece without water sprinkling on average capacity. Under the X-ray control, it is necessary to check the correctness of the product accommodation, which should remain as a constant component of a seal of the root canal. Then, rest canals you should obturate, isolate with the lining product and restore the tooth crown. For a pulp covering, the prepared cavity should be processed with antiseptic and small amount of the product is placed on the naked side with the help of the spherical applicator. Then this zone is covered with a temporary product before the following visit. At the positive dynamics in the following visit, it is necessary to remove the temporary product. The medical covering should be isolated with the glass enamel cement and restoration is finished. There is a perception: the more expensive material is the better one, and I fundamentally disagree with that. The price of the final product, regardless of its quality, can be different. Company Tehnodent carefully selects raw materials and provides multi-stage control of its quality. All the production is carried out on the modern high-quality equipment according to our developed recipes. All the technology of production, packaging and storing smoothly running to the perfect condition, providing absence of economic losses. We do not make extra charges, placing on the market the high-quality dental materials that meet all international requirements for a fair price. Personally, I would like to recommend you for the daily administration the cost-effective materials from trusted manufacturer with the most convenient form of issuance. Finally, I would like to say, do not forget to talk with the dentist on which opinion do you trust. For sure, they have tested the different materials and with pleasure share with you their observations. I wish you pleasant work and smiley patience. Sincerely yours, Alexander.